Ladies and gentlemen who are entering, if you are a voting delegate, please make your way to the center section. Everyone else may sit in any unmarked section. Ladies and gentlemen who are entering, if you are a voting delegate, please make your way to the center aisle to be seated. If you are not a voting delegate, please sit in any of the unmarked sections. Ladies and gentlemen who are entering, if you are a voting delegate, please make your way to this center aisle. If you are not a voting delegate, please sit in any of the unmarked sections. Ladies and gentlemen who are entering, if you are a voting delegate, please make your way to this center aisle. However, if you are not a voting delegate, please sit in any of the unmarked sections. Ladies and gentlemen who are entering, if you are a voting delegate, please make your way to this center aisle. However, if you are not a voting delegate, please sit in any of the unmarked sections. Ladies and gentlemen who are entering, if you are a voting delegate, please make your way to this center aisle so that you may be seated. However, if you are not a voting delegate, please sit in any of the unmarked sections. Ladies and gentlemen who are entering, if you are a voting delegate, please make your way to this center aisle to be seated. However, if you are not a voting delegate, please sit in any of the unmarked sections. Ladies and gentlemen who are entering, if you are a voting delegate, please make your way to this center aisle to be seated. However, if you are not a voting delegate, please sit in any of the unmarked sections. Ladies and gentlemen who are entering, if you are a voting delegate, please make your way to the center aisle to be seated. However, if you are not a voting delegate, please make your way to any of the unmarked sections.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you are a voting delegate, please make your way to the middle aisle. And if you are not, please seat in any unmarked seats. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are a voting delegate, please make your way to the middle aisle. And if you are not, please seat in any unmarked area. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are a voting delegate, please make your way to the middle aisle and wait to be seated. And if you are not, please seat in any unmarked area. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are a voting delegate, please make your way to the middle aisle. And if you are not, then please seat in an unmarked area. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are a voting delegate, please make your way to the middle aisle. And if you are not, please seat in an unmarked area. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are a voting delegate, please make your way to the middle aisle. And if you are not, then please seat in an unmarked area. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are a voting delegate, please make your way to the middle aisle. And if you are not, then please sit in an unmarked area. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are a voting delegate, please go to the middle aisle. And if you are not, please sit in an unmarked area. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are a voting delegate, please go to the middle aisle. And if you are not, please sit in an unmarked area. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are a voting delegate, please go to the middle aisle. And if you are not, please sit in an unmarked area. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are a voting delegate, please go to the middle aisle. And if you are not, please sit in an unmarked area. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are a voting delegate, please go to the middle aisle. And if you are not, please sit in an unmarked area. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are a voting delegate, please make your way to the middle aisle, and if you are not, please sit in an unmarked area. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are a voting delegate, please make your way to the middle aisle, and if you are not, then please sit in an unmarked area. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are a voting delegate, please make your way to the middle aisle, and if you are not, please sit in an unmarked area. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are a voting delegate, please make your way to the middle aisle, and if you are not, please sit in an unmarked area. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are a voting delegate, please make your way to the middle aisle, and if you are not, please sit in an unmarked area. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you are a voting delegate, please make your way to the middle aisle. If you are not, take a seat in any unmarked area. You're done? You're ready?
should be on the here. What about this? It should be on the right. No, you should stay here, huh? Hmm? You know what? Wait, Sophia, you put like for the
I want to put this down.
and then try to do it like
Ladies and gentlemen, if you are a voting delegate, please direct yourselves to the center of the auditorium to sit in a marked section. If you are not a voting delegate, please be seated anywhere else that is unmarked. Yes.
If we could have everybody walk around, if you may please be seated, we are about to begin. All of the voting delegates who have not already been seated, please come to the center aisle. And regional presidents, may you please find your seats. I call this meeting back to order. Good evening on behalf of the state leadership team. Welcome to the second general session. I am Sophia Silva, your state president.
And I am Mahith Bondi, your state reporter. The purpose of this meeting is to conduct any business pending before the association.
The State Association Officer Election Committee has brought before us, the membership, a ballot of qualified candidates who have met the guidelines to campaign for state and national officer positions. This evening, each of these candidates will have the opportunity to speak to you, the voting delegates, and the general membership.
Each chapter has 2 votes in the general election. Student members who were designated by their chapter to cast the chapter votes and who are wearing the voting delegates' wristbands are seated in the special section in the front. We encourage you, voting delegates, to take notes on your smartphone devices. Only the voting delegates seated in this section will proceed to the campaign rally to cast their votes prior to the general membership attending the campaign rally. If you are wearing a voting delegate wristband and are not seated in this section, we ask that you move to the section at this time. Regional presidents are standing in the aisles to assist you. Regional presidents, please raise your hands to indicate where the voting delegate section is located.
As in any democratic election, there are rules of engagement for hearing candidate speeches. Candidates will be given no more than 2 minutes to speak. At the 1 minute remaining and 30-second remaining marks, a sign will be held to inform the candidate. At the end of 2 minutes allotted, the candidate will be stopped.
Speeches should not mention a student's hometown or school. No props, costumes, demonstrations, or visual aids will be allowed during the speech. This means that the candidate should only take their script with them up to the stage.
Inappropriate speeches are an immediate cause for disqualification as determined by the Officer Election Committee. Once a speech is submitted to the Officer Committee, there should be no changes.
The candidate will have the choice of using a handheld microphone or standing at the podium.
As a reminder, you will vote for 7 secondary officers and 2 national candidates to serve as the 2022-2023 Texas Association State Leadership Team and our national officer candidates at the National Leadership Conference. They will represent Texas at the NLC in Dallas, Texas, later this year.
The state officer candidates will now give their speeches in no particular order. Candidates, as you're announced, please join me on stage with your campaign manager. Members, your first secondary state officer candidate.
Your next officer candidate, Jose Garza.
Thank you. Good evening, Texas BPA. I am Jose Garza, and I am one of this year's candidates for your 2022-2023 BPA State Officer team. I'd like to start off by mentioning some of my experiences that I believe make me a great candidate for your BPA State Officer team. During my time in high school, I've had the opportunities of being able to showcase my leadership and communication skills by working with classmates and in teams, expanding my collaborative skills. As a BPA member, I've been able to observe and learn from my fellow members and teammates, as well as grow as a person and meet new incredible people like you here today. As a leader, I will strive to meet high standards and exceed expectations we set as Texas BPA. I will also seek to give you an enjoyable learning experience and support you in anything you will require while still keeping in sight of what matters most, a strong team bond. My vision as a candidate for BPA State Officer team entails keeping everyone empowered and excited about BPA while also encouraging us all to strive for excellence and help us all grow as business professionals. As your state officer, I will seek to take your BPA experience to the next level and pass on the principles that I have learned to the next generation of BPA members and leaders, aspiring to take Texas BPA beyond the limits and fulfilling the purpose of our potential. I believe that is how you can truly make a difference and create something that will last forever. However, this campaign is not about me, but about you. You are the people I hope to represent. So let's take on the challenges of shaping the future business professionals of America, and let us inspire and set these goals and ideas together. Don't delay. Vote Jose for BPA. Thank you.
Members, your second secondary officer candidate.
Please help me welcome our next candidate, Adorium DeWalt. DeWalt power tools are made to live on the job site. That's where they're tested. And if there's a problem, it's where they solve it. The result is tools you can stand behind. The DeWalt Company motto. You see, there is power in the name DeWalt. Hi, I'm Adorium DeWalt, and as your state officer, I will get the job done. I've been a member of Business Professionals of America for 4 years, and I've learned the importance of leadership. While serving as a RP, a regional president, I understand the importance of leadership and opportunity. I will work with our state officer team to ensure that Business Professionals of America continues to grow, expand, and change the world for the better. Business Professionals of America means a lot to me. Therefore, I will do my best to ensure that Business Professionals of America will change the world for the better. Like DeWalt Power Tools, I will get the job done. So let me be the candidate you stand behind. Let me be your power tool. Vote Adorium DeWalt for your state officer.
Members, your third secondary state officer candidate.
Now presenting your next state officer candidate, Sarah LaGrange.
Hi everyone, thank you for taking the time to hear me speak today. My name is Sarah LaGrange, and I'm so excited to be running for a BPA state officer position. Jack Welch once said, "A leader's job is to look into the future of an organization and see it not as it is, but as it should be." I know that the future of an organization is vital when it comes to its well-being, and BPA needs someone that is dedicated to not only improving current issues, but also helping nurture the future to ensure the longevity of Texas BPA. If elected, I plan on focusing on outreach in the community and within schools to increase membership and facilitate communication between all levels of interregional and state leadership. As the founder of a nonprofit and chapter president, I have acquired skills that I know without a doubt will be beneficial to me if elected for a state officer position. These skills include leadership, communication, and management. And while BPA currently is an amazing organization, I am determined to make it better. I remember first hearing about BPA through my older sister when I was in 6th grade. And since the moment I heard about the organization, I knew I wanted to become a member. I decided to run for office because even though my first SLC experience was online, I learned so much, not only about business and finance, but about myself too. I learned that I could bring purpose to my potential and eventually be the CFO of a Fortune 500 company. Might need a lucky fortune cookie for that, but fingers crossed. Over the past 2 years, I have acquired such a love and affinity for BPA, and I want others to experience that same love. I am running to ensure the perpetual life and success of Texas BPA. I am dedicated to helping others maximize their full potential and go beyond their limits to explore all the wonderful things BPA has to offer. So I urge you to vote for me, Sarah LaGrange. Thank you.
Members, your fourth secondary state officer candidate.
Please welcome your next state officer candidate, Donald Parks.
Our BPA mission statement speaks of empowering students, discovering our passions, and changing the world by creating unmatched opportunities for learning, professional growth, and service. My name is Donald Parks, and I am a Texas Business Professionals of America state officer candidate. Through the process of becoming a candidate, there have been many times of stress and uncertainty. While learning new skills, studying BPA history, overcoming many technical difficulties, preparing for my campaign, and preparing for this moment right now, I discovered a passion within myself, a passion for the success of our association, a passion to grow our Texas BPA Association, and a passion for the future of our business community. BPA has offered me the opportunity to change my world. I learned how to create a podcast. I learned how an application and interview process works. I learned how to work as a team member and not simply as an individual. These are all unmatched opportunities that BPA has given me, and I want these opportunities for all future and current Texas BPA members. If elected as a Texas BPA state officer, I will strive to give BPA members more opportunity with our association and bring our proud association to schools that do not have chapters. I will show the nation why we, as the Texas Business Professionals of America, are so proud to wear our emblem. Our torch represents a fire burning inside all BPA members. It reminds us to always strive for success in reaching our worthy goals. If elected as a Texas BPA state officer, I will strive to light the same fire within us all. Thank you all for the opportunity to be here for today and for your time.
Members, your fifth secondary state officer candidate.
Introducing your officer candidate, Pablo Alvarez.
Howdy, y'all. My name is Pablo Alvarez. I want to take a moment and thank you guys for giving me the opportunity to speak today. Ken Kesey, an American novelist, once said, "You don't lead by pointing and telling people someplace to go. You lead by going to that place and making a case." If elected, I would demonstrate what Kesey said and show what a true leader should be. My experience as a multi-sport varsity athlete, chapter vice president, and chairman for multiple volunteer events have helped me develop my leadership skills throughout the past years. As a typical high school athlete, my whole life revolved around sports. I never considered life outside of football and basketball, but when COVID hit early into the spring of 2020, my life changed. Sorry about that. Because COVID-19 caused schools to be conducted virtually and sports were at a standstill, I found myself with too much time in my hands. But one day, a fellow athlete told me about a CTE student organization called Business Professionals of America. Little did I know that the club would change the course of my life for the better. I joined BPA my sophomore year, and since then I have participated in events, lectures, and meetings that have expanded my knowledge in leading, service, and communication. These qualities, with the help of my sports background, UIL academics, and volunteer work, have since been honed to a degree fit for a purposeful leadership role as a Texas BPA state officer. Not only did my attributes and capabilities grow, but the friendships and relationships I have made along the way have been instrumental into molding me into the person I am today. I have made friends that have helped me grow as a student and person, and mentors who have pushed me beyond my limits. If elected to be a state officer, I plan on using my leadership, problem solving, and community service skills to help ensure the prosperous future for Texas BPA. Just as BPA has provided lifelong memories and friendships to many past members, I look forward to, with your vote, providing the current and future members with the same opportunities to make friendships and memories. Don't forget, vote for Pablo, because your vision is my mission. Members, I would like to introduce you to our sixth secondary state officer candidate, Adira Tipper.
Hello, everyone. My name is Adira Tipper, and I'm running to be an officer for this year's Business Professionals of America. BPA plays an important role in ensuring the activities are driven by the members. As an officer, this provides many opportunities for personal leadership development. For instance, you must utilize teamwork skills by working with other officers to accomplish goals and cultivate a culture of collaboration. BPA values students who are committed, scholarly, driven, service-oriented. Not only am I dedicated to everything I do, but I also ensure my duties impact the community for the better. I currently hold a leadership position in a total of 7 organizations. Some of these organizations include holding the responsibility as the Secretary of the Technology Student Association, where we focus on enhancing members' leadership and career opportunities in STEM by applying these pillars through extracurricular activities. Similarly, as Vice President of TAC, I work alongside the President to host student-led community projects and focus on promoting teen involvement. Our mission is to enhance personal skills by providing students an opportunity to participate in events that will help them learn more about the community. For these reasons, holding a leadership position has allowed me to share my knowledge in a specific area of expertise while also learning from others. As a BPA state officer, my goal is to educate and inspire student leaders to explore their passion by providing unrivaled learning and service opportunities. This year, I want to make a lasting impression on the members of BPA by promoting youth participation such as active involvement that empowers young people. Therefore, I would appreciate it if you guys would consider me for this year's state officer. Thank you.
Members, your sixth secondary state officer candidate. I would like to introduce to you Adhira Tipper, your seventh secondary officer candidate.
Our next state officer candidate, Justin Peterson.
Hello, my name is Justin Peterson, and I believe that I am qualified to represent all of you and this organization as a state officer. I know being a leader is not an easy task. A leader is one who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way for others. I have been a regional president since I was a freshman. Now that I'm a junior, I want to use my knowledge and help others see why I love this organization. BPA has helped me grow as a person and a leader. Want to stand in front instead of the back of the room. I want to help speak out and how great this organization is for everyone and how much it can do for you as an individual if you let it. Let's all become leaders and make this world a little better. Show up, keep your promises, and model your beliefs. Vote my way, Justin Peterson. Let's make some waves for business professionals of America.
Members, your ninth secondary state officer candidate.
Your next state candidate officer is Kunal Tiwari.
When you talk about BPA, it's inevitable to get the question, what is BPA? Well, according to Google, BPA stands for bisphenol A, which is an industrial chemical used to make plastics. Now, I don't exactly agree with that definition. To me, BPA is this right here. It's this talented group of future business professionals that sit here before me. It's this group of people who are ready to make an effective and promising difference in the world. That's why it would be an honor to serve my fellow BPA members of Texas, and if elected, I aim to make BPA a home for its members, just like how it has been my home for the last 3 years. I've competed in a multitude of BPA events, and I've placed at the state level for the last 2 years, not like it's a competition or anything. During these competitive events, I enjoyed the spirit of BPA and was able to drastically improve my skills in a number of areas. Along with my experiences at competition, I'm currently an officer at my local BPA chapter, where I've gained much experiences in the operations of BPA and how to best serve my fellow members. My goal as a BPA state officer is to provide an enriching experience to all members. In order to achieve this goal, I will reach out to BPA alumni and organize speaker events in which they can share their experiences with BPA and the impact it had on them, and also talk about the variety of opportunities that BPA offers, such as scholarships and the Torch Awards program. I also wish to grow BPA by creating more content for social media and interactive challenges for members to participate in. This will allow Texas BPA to reach even more students and allow us to diversify our community. BPA is not merely a chemical used to make plastics. It's a home, it's a community, and a vote for Kunal means that you can be confident that BPA flourishes in the future.
Members, your 10th secondary state officer candidate.
Please allow me to introduce Kavin Raj, your next state officer candidate.
Good evening, BPA Election Council and Company. My name is Kavin Raj, and I am honored to be given the opportunity to run for BPA's 2022 to 2023 state election. As a first-year member of BPA, I am truly grateful to have developed positive relationships within BPA's close-knit community, as well as being given numerous opportunities to further utilize my capabilities as a leader. You may be thinking, why me? Well, I've spearheaded multiple initiative ventures that have displayed considerably successful results. For example, in my local community, I have organized book sales to raise funds for schools amongst impoverished areas. This project entailed delegating duties to others, communicating in a timely manner, and conversing with local communities and shops to circulate the event. Additionally, I served as a section leader for my school's orchestra program. During my time as section leader, I learned the importance of both direct and indirect communication, teamwork, flexibility, and diligence. The skills and abilities I've accumulated, as well as other principled capabilities I possess, will help me lead forth the future generation of professionals. If elected as an officer for state leadership, I promise to put forth my best effort in addition to ideas and goals I believe would benefit BPA's real-world practicality. As an officer, I will facilitate relationships between students and professionals. I will organize periodic virtual workshops that will include a BPA veteran and a professional in a particular field. Through these experiences, students will be able to explore their vocational interests further while also garnering skills relevant to their competitive events. As a fellow BPA member, I humbly ask for your vote. Together, we can help enhance the overall environment of BPA and explore new territories together. Again, my name is Kavin Raj, and thank you for your time.
Members, your 11th secondary state officer candidate.
Please welcome your next state officer candidate, Christina Pan.
Hello, good evening, BPA members and advisors. My name is Christina Pan, and I am seeking this opportunity to run for a state officer position and represent Texas BPA with passion and dignity. When I initially joined BPA, I was solely aware that it is a business-related and competition-based organization. Moreover, when I became a local chapter officer, I was able to increase both my knowledge and involvement in BPA. The opportunities that this organization provides for high school students and even graduates to explore their choices and obtain new skills led to my admiration to this club and its vision. With that said, it is an honor to be standing here before you all and asking you to consider me as a qualified candidate for a state officer position. If elected as an officer, I will ensure my commitment to BPA and lead with integrity and an open mind. I am prepared to present new ideas and solutions for any challenges that we face. Additionally, I will work diligently to bring together BPA chapters across the state and make it a goal to encourage the utilization of communication between BPA members and leaders. I will use my previous experience and wisdom from leadership roles to further the implementation of both the mission and vision of BPA, as well as continue to learn and accept criticism along the journey. I understand that being a BPA state officer will be a demanding role full of duties to fulfill and responsibilities to take on. Nevertheless, I am proud to say that I am confident in my abilities to help guide BPA towards growth and improvement. I hope I have your vote so together we can explore and discover our futures in business professionals of America as well as our lives. Thank you.
Members, your 12th secondary state officer candidate.
Please welcome your next state officer candidate, Suhana Chella.
Bubblegum, bubblegum in a dish. How many pieces do you wish?
I'm sure this children's game is one that many of you remember playing as a kid. The concept behind the game centers around having one last player standing. But regardless of the end result, the game unlocked our natural desire to win. It taught us that there is no one-way street to victory, and winners can arrive at success through skill, stamina, strength, or even by simply picking the perfect number. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Suhana Chawla, and tonight I want to show you how I am that perfect number. During my current year serving at the local chapter level, I oversaw 250 members, catering to their individual needs. My officer team and I achieved a tremendously successful regional conference, with close to 100 state qualifiers from our chapter alone. But today, it isn't about me, it's about you, and it's about the impact my service can have on you. But in order to better serve my community, and you all, I need to expand my role in this organization, and for that, I need your help. With your help, we can further involvement in our regional chapters by increasing communication between local and state offices, strengthening the community bond Texas BPA already fosters. And I can promise that as your perfect number, or in this case, perfect officer, I'll represent the state and all of its chapters in no other way than I know best, by never giving up. So, if you're ready to stick with me, and I can guarantee you that we will move this organization forward. We will finish what we started, and we will win while doing it. Together, we're going to remind everyone, once again, why the business professionals of America are here to stay. But I want to leave you all today with one simple question. How many pieces do you wish? Thank you.
Members, your 13th secondary state officer candidate.
Your next state officer candidate, Victoria Otero.
Hello everyone, my name is Victoria Otero, and I am running to be one of your Business Professionals of America state officers. BPA is a huge organization, and as a state officer, it will be my job to make it just a little bit smaller. Throughout the process of running for officer, I was lucky enough to be able to ask past candidates for advice, and graciously, they answered my many questions and helped me throughout my campaign. And as an officer, I will strive to do the same. I will be an officer that hopefully every single one of you feels comfortable reaching out and contacting for any sort of help, whether we know each other or not. I hope to take that all I will learn as an officer and use it to prepare new and upcoming BPA members for the same positions. I will also be a dedicated and passionate representative of our state at the National Leadership Conference and work to make your experience at BPA even better next year. Moreover, as an officer, I will ensure that all the resources provided by BPA are known by every individual chapter here in Texas. I plan to reach out to chapter leaders and advisors and provide them with reminders and information about the awards, conferences, and scholarships that BPA provides, such as the Student of the Year Award, Leadership Summit Conference, BPA partner competitions, and for chapter presidents, the Quality Chapter Distinction. This way, no BPA member misses out on these wonderful opportunities or is too late to prepare for them. As participants of the state conference, we often get caught up with their competitions and don't take full advantage of the free and available resources that BPA provides. So remember to vote for Victoria Otero for a fuller BPA experience. Thank you so much.
We will now have the secondary national officer candidates give their speeches in no particular order. Texas has 5 national candidates who will campaign as national officer election in Dallas at the National Leadership Conference. These officers will work to organize and host the 2023 National Leadership Conference. Please welcome the first secondary national officer candidate.
Please welcome your first national officer candidate, Arsala Rajesh.
the last 2 years' experience of BPA, their effect on us as BPA, Business Professionals of America members, have been unexpected, to say the least. And yet, they have helped us grow and challenge ourselves. Isn't this growth something we wish to encourage in the coming years as we finish our education and move on to the society that welcomes us? This continued growth is what I wish to bring to you. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ursula Rajesh, and I am running to be your secondary Texas BPA National Officer Candidate for 2022 to 2023. BPA has helped me grow from an individual who stayed within my comfort zone to one who is more outspoken and willing to challenge myself. I wish to highlight this important real-world experience for all of our upcoming members, as this is vital, not only in the BPA setting, but also afterwards in our professional lives. As your national officer, I wish to help all of our members grow and become their best selves and be prepared to enter the society that welcomes them after education. So please vote me, Ursula Rajesh, as your secondary national officer candidate for Texas BPA. Thank you for your time and consideration.
Members, your second secondary national officer candidate.
Good evening, and introducing your next national officer candidate, give it up for Deshaun Simmons.
As a servant leader, my main focus is to represent the people that put their faith in me. I, Deshaun Simmons, promise to be your eyes, your ears, and most importantly, your voice. Now, I could stand here all day and tell you all about my accomplishments, skills, and experience, but that is not why I'm here today. I am here to ensure that each and every single one of you has a say in this organization. You all have the power to make this nation a better place. Beloved Texas, it is my honor to serve you and push you beyond your limits. Because after all, we're all here for one thing, and one thing only. That one thing being, of course, here to attain greatness. But I believe BPA is not about competing, but about making connections to the people around you. I am offering a connection here, a connection that will shape the future of business professionals of America. No matter the things we've been through, no matter the things we fought to overcome, we are here today, together. Our story has not yet been written. In fact, this is the only beginning. And it all starts with you making the right decision to vote for Deshaun Simmons. Thank you.
Please welcome the third secondary national officer candidate.
Allow me to introduce Aparna Amarita.
For every success a person makes, there is a team behind them. For me, I was able to be connected through BPA, through students and other students and teachers. By connecting to them, they mentored me through competition and events. Not only that, I was able to gain opportunities outside of BPA. I want to give the same exact experience to each and every one of you, because everybody deserves to succeed. Networking facility will be for and by students. You don't have to be alone in finding your purpose. BPA's tagline is giving purpose to potential. Let us connect that with networking. Each and every one of you is destined for greatness. And let me be on your team. Thank you. I am Aparna Amarnithi.
Members, your fourth secondary national officer candidate.
Your next national officer candidate, Adriel Bustillos.
Good evening. My name is Adriel Bustillos, and I hope to be your next national officer candidate to represent the great state of Texas at the National Leadership Conference. It has been a dream to always serve for the organization that has brought me the opportunities the same way it has opened the doors for all of you. I have been in the organization for the past 4 years as an officer being elected to the local chapter and currently serving as a president of my local chapter. I am excited to take this journey along with others to serve this organization more. With the position comes great responsibility, and I am here to help each of us unlock our hearts and discover our treasures. If chosen to represent the state and run for national office, I am proud to say I will represent the interest of every corner of this country and especially our state. In addition, I will work hard to unite chapters across the nation to make sure we continue the mission of BPA and learn from each other. I also hope to be able to continue our expansion with the national office and include more chapters from more states. My most important goal is to create a well-rounded communication system with the national, state, local officer teams, while also communicating with members on more opportunities available to our organization. I'm going to be that candidate that listens. I hope to be the candidate who shares your concerns and makes your suggestions realities. I am excited to run as a national officer candidate and represent our state association's values and show that Texas is ready to lead in business professionals of America. Together, we will unlock our hearts and make sure we discover the treasures we all have. I hope I can count on your vote. Thank you.
Members, your fifth secondary national officer candidate.
Now introducing your next national officer candidate, Ana Laura Tamez. Hi, good afternoon. My name is Ana Laura Tamez, and I'm currently running for a national officer position with Business Professionals of America. I'd like to obtain this position since I feel that I've acquired many skills and talents that can be an asset to such a wonderful organization. I am a diligent individual who is willing to give more than 100% to getting the task done. If I can accomplish this task in any way that I can, I most certainly will go forward and do so. Inspired to bring about a positive impact to BPA as an organization and to its various members, I will dedicate myself completely to this organization. Being an officer for BPA has been a goal of mine since I first attended the State Leadership Conference last year. When I saw the tremendous organization and leadership, I suddenly knew that I wanted to make an impact in BPA through these efforts. Although it is difficult to keep up with the position as such, I have many experiences that have helped me get to where I am today. If I am elected, I will make sure your concerns and suggestions are heard loud and clear. I have been taught that communication is key and is vital. So with that said, I am willing to devote time to house any questions or ideas. Give me a chance to represent Texas at the national level, and I will make sure I represent the positive quality of Texas BPA. I want to help be the unequivocal voice in BPA. I would appreciate your vote for Ana Laura Tames. Lastly, I would like to thank you so much for giving me the time to be here and to listening. Thank you so much and stay safe.
We will now have the post-secondary national officer candidates give their speeches in no particular order. Texas has one post-secondary national candidate to campaign in the national officer election in Dallas at the National Leadership Conference. These officers will work to organize and host the 2023 National Leadership Conference. Please welcome Daniel Gayasirin, your first post-secondary national officer candidate.
Hey y'all, my name is Daniel Gaisudian, and I am a candidate for your 2022-2023 Executive Council. I want to take you on a journey. Imagine your first BPA meeting, the first time you put on your blazer, the first time you competed, and the excitement when you learned you were coming to SLC. If there's one thing you learned, you felt more than anything else, it's growth. My most recent example of growth was leading thousands of BPA members to become the best versions of themselves as the executive parliamentarian. I visited chapters, worked with BPA state associations, but most importantly, I've learned to be in opportunist moments, build bonds, and showcase my love to this great organization. With growth, we always had some type of guidance, whether it be a teacher, a counselor, or upperclassmen to help us navigate these waters. As a former executive officer, I want to continue this growth by introducing the Buddy State system to help the Texas State Association and others with informational seminars, workshops, and more. As students, we had to hit the reset button each and every year instead of continuing to build on the previous year, especially due to COVID. We felt lost, trying to figure out not only high school, but BPA as well. Sharing legacies and stories amongst one another is the first step for growth. And not only us, but for BPA as a whole. Because remember, people join people, not organizations. Whether it be the late nights, the early mornings, we put everything we've had into Business Professionals of America. As the great Kobe Bryant once said, "You asked for my hustle, I gave you my heart." I'm putting on my blazer and asking for your vote for a position on your executive council. Let your voice be heard.
Officer candidates, please make your way to the campaign rally at this time. Everyone else in attendance, please remain seated. You will be able to vote using your cell phone through a link by scanning a QR code. Before entering the rally, every voting delegate will be receiving a sticker with voting instructions. Please attach the sticker to your name badge so that you do not lose it. This sticker is very important since it has your voter ID and password to vote. Everyone has a unique code that can only be used once. If you have any questions, please see an Officer Elections Committee member to vote. You can also use a friend's phone if necessary, but remember that everyone has a unique code that can only be used once.
There will be a 5-minute waiting period, and voting delegates will be released to speak to candidates.
This concludes the secondary and national officer candidate speeches. Regional presidents, at this time, please escort
everyone could please remain seated until the voting delegates are released. Once the voting delegates have concluded their meeting, then everybody else will be allowed to go in and speak to the candidates. In Exhibit Hall A. If Kimberly and Jose may please come to the front. Please remain seated until all of the voting delegates have cleared the area. When the delegates have completed voting, if you would like to attend the campaign rally you may exit the doors at the front and go around the hallway to enter into Exhibit Hall A, where you will be able to interact with the candidates. Once all of the delegates have entered the campaign rally, feel free to remain seated here or leave the room, but you will not be allowed into the campaign rally until all votes have been cast. After this has been confirmed, the campaign rally will be opened to the rest of the membership.
Be sure to wear your 2022 SLC t-shirt tomorrow night at the special event and buy a wristband to gain early access. With the purchase of the wristband, you will also have a chance to win some amazing prizes. Madam President, do you know of any further business which should be transacted at this time?
Mr. Reporter, I have none.
Given that there is no further business to conduct at this time, I declare this meeting in recess until the closing session on Saturday.